These are the pictures of bottle throwing, refs injured and a fan punched in what really was a shameful night at the NRL. The Herald Sun news editor Liam Houlihan joins us now for What's Making News. Liam, one of the most disturbing scenes, of course, was the Bulldog fan hurling abuse at match officials while his two kids watched on. I've got to ask, though, whether the players bear some responsibility in all of this. The Bulldogs' James Graham, of course, he also let fly at officials unhappy with a decision by the ref. How much responsibility do the players bear?
Listen, I think they, as you say, they bear some of the responsibility. I think we need to have a community where the rule of law and the decision of the umpire is final. Sometimes you won't like it, but that's what sportsmanship is about. And I think we need to teach our kids through the players and through their parents that ultimately you have to respect the decision of the umpire, the decision of the referee. And
that's what Des Hasler and of course all the NRL officials have been trying to reiterate after the match and continuing to today as well, that really responsibility has to be taken. And if you're unhappy with the ref's decision, you've just got to cop it.
Well, that's right. And we have a strong culture in Australia of getting things said and, you know, calling a spade a bloody shovel. But I think we do need to watch what we say around the kids. There's plenty of pejorative terms you can use for umpires and referees that don't involve swearing. Down south where I'm from, white maggot is a particular favourite for umpires. So there's no need to be dropping F-bombs and other bombs around little kids. And having this ugly culture of losers and people who don't like the decision spitting the dummy and hurting other people.
Yeah, it's going to definitely affect the ability to recruit new refs along the way. Now, the other issue the Herald Sun is reporting today is that a top Melbourne private school is embroiled in a legal battle with a teenager who claims that the school failed to protect him from bullying. This is your paper's exclusive, Liam. Does he have a case here?
Well, that's right. I wouldn't want to preempt the courts, but what's alleged in the writ is that this student went to this elite Melbourne school, Haileybury, was allegedly called an emo and faced other harassment, and then the worst allegation in the writ is that he was stabbed with a fork while at this school. So sort of aspirational parents sending their children to these sort of schools obviously don't want that sort of thing to happen. Again, there's a bit of rough and tumble in life. You might be called things you don't like at school, but I think we can all agree if there's been stabbing with cutlery at the school, that's beyond the pale.
Yeah, very concerning indeed. Now, Qantas has taken some action, turning away a 6-year-old boy with autism who was trying to board a flight from Darwin to Brisbane to get home to see his dad for Easter. His mum, Giselle, couldn't afford to fly with him, so she dropped him off as a registered unaccompanied minor, and she says she had a letter from the boy's doctor saying that he could fly. Does Qantas have a responsibility here? It was World Autism Day as well, which made matters worse.
This is a tricky one. The child was 6. Qantas apparently has this program, which I didn't know about till the story, where minors on their own can fly unaccompanied. The pilot has actually made the decision in this case on the day of the flight. Qantas has said they didn't have all the documents they needed in time. I have a little bit of sympathy for the airline. It's hard to know. The mother says the child's autistic but high functioning and at school. It's hard to know why they've made this decision, but a 6-year-old on their own on a flight, if he does require extra care, I have some sympathy for the airline here. They basically said to the mother, you need to buy your own ticket and come, and so the kid can travel to see his father. But ultimately she said she couldn't afford that, which again is fair enough. But I have a fair bit of sympathy for Qantas in this one. I think it's a really hard decision for them.
Yeah, as you say, a tricky one all round. Liam, good to get your insights on all of those subjects this morning. Thanks again.
Thanks, Deb.